Aversive control, contrary to popular belief, may actually work to our advantage. There's a real interest in not just the ontogenic learning, things that occur in our lifetime, but there's an interest in phylogenetic learning, or phylogenetic learning, things that have been acquired through our species. And again, one quick example, because I used to teach biopsychology, there's a syndrome, and I'm forgetting the name of it, but there's a syndrome where people are born without any pain receptors. And when you first think about that, it'd be like, gee, that'd be kind of neat, not to experience pain. But the problem is those people tend not to live past their teens. And another thing, you may have noticed, I'm kind of walking around a little bit. I've watched some of you, you've shifted position a little bit. They don't know to do that, all right? They don't feel any discomfort. And if you ever, not that I would suggest you try this, but if you ever did, you'd find that you couldn't stand in one place for very long without feeling very uncomfortable. They've also experienced things like leaning up against a radiator, not realizing it's on, things like that. Aversive control is pretty much everywhere in our environment, just naturally. All right, and again, I gave the example of my wife walking in the dark. I don't like to think of myself as a real punishing type person. I will use a punishment or aversive control if I have to. And so, for example, there'd be times, and my daughter's a great kid, great young woman now, 21. I remember occasionally, and it would typically involve something with her and her mom, all right, that she'd really get her mom upset, which got me upset. I could take a lot of other stuff, but then I'd get upset. And I might say to her, okay, I don't want to hear you talk to your mom like that again. And when your mom tells you to go clean your room, go clean your room, all right? And what I would notice, she wouldn't like that, all right? And at one point, she accused me of using a dark voice, which I don't even know what that is. And I don't yell, but she's like, my wife's like, you do get lower. Your voice gets lower and you talk slower. And she's like, it's really not pleasant. I was like, wow, I had no idea. But not only would she clean her room, but like the next day or something, she'd be like, oh, I emptied the dishwasher and I did this other thing and, I sent a thank you card out or whatever. I'd see this increase in positive behaviors generalized to other areas. And I think the rationale for that sometimes is that without aversive control, we tend to start to coast, or we start to fall into maybe a bad behavioral momentum, if you will.